Shalom, and welcome back to our video series, The Road to Rosh Hashanah. A couple of days ago, we talked about prayer as a way of reflecting and judging ourselves, taking stock of who we are, humbling ourselves as we remember that God is in charge, and that each of us is part of a larger whole, not a collection of individuals out for our own good. Many of our prayers are about reminding us of these realities and not getting so caught up in our own individual needs. But similar to how we talked yesterday about God being multifaceted, so too is prayer multifaceted, and not limited to only those prayers. There are prayers we recite regularly, where we ask God to provide us with something we want or that we feel we need. These prayers are not only acceptable in Judaism, they're encouraged. But there are limits. The Mishnah, the earliest collection of rabbinic teachings, speaks of a bracha levatala, what we'll call a useless blessing. Two of the classic examples of this include praying for a particular gender of a child when you find out you or your wife is pregnant, or if you are a distance away and see or hear about a fire in your town, praying that your house is not affected. In both cases, that which you're praying for is already decided. The fetus's gender is already determined, and either the fire has hit your house or it hasn't. The prayer is useless because the outcome has already been decided. In the same vein, during this time of pandemic, we can't pray that our COVID test comes back negative because already we have the virus or we don't. My rabbi growing up, Rabbi Victor Merriman, added other prayers which don't work, such as praying for particular results that have not yet been decided, but over which we have control. You can't pray for a good grade on an upcoming school exam. You can pray for qualities that will help you get the results you want. You can pray for wisdom to retain the information that will be on the test, patience to take the time necessary to study, and strength to get through the exam. Similarly, as we pray for an end to the pandemic, for a vaccine to arrive, or for the world to be at peace, these will not be effectual prayers. If we pray to give us the strength to endure the pandemic, or patience to make it through this difficult period with our sanity, or wisdom to the researchers to find a cure and vaccine, and the ability to be grateful for the positives in our lives, instead of focusing only on the negatives, these things we can pray for and hope to achieve. As we go through this period of introspection throughout this month of Elul, it may help us to be thoughtful about what we pray for. What are the things we typically pray for? If they already have a decided outcome, or an outcome we can control, can we maybe change our prayers to make them more meaningful? Instead of praying to God to provide us with what we want, can we pray for God to give us what we need so that we can get what we want? Perhaps by changing what we pray for, we can make it more likely to receive what we pray for. Thanks for joining us again today. I hope you'll come back tomorrow for our next step in the road to Rosh Hashanah.